Hey, it's Rich, and I'm back today to talk about a product offering that we call sublimation. First off, I want to go through some of the different styles, but the question that we always get is, okay, I'm looking to do sublimation. What garment are you going to use? There isn't a garment that we're using. We're not buying a blank and then applying any type of sublimation or print on top. Instead, we are creating the garments completely cut and sew. We start with the design. So when we create the design, we then lay that design onto a pattern inside of Photoshop or Illustrator. The pattern is sent to a printer. Now, it's going to go to like a conventional printer, just like you would expect, one that prints on paper, and then would move over to a heat press. And the paper will go on top of the fabric, and then a gas process will take the ink off the paper and put it onto the garment. And then that panel is then cut out. After the cutting point, it'll then go to sewing. So like this fully sublimated piece here, it would start out with each one of these panels being separate, and then we would be sewing the piece together to then show like this fully constructed item. The other big misconception about sublimation is that it can only be done on polyester. Now, there is some level of truth to that the ink is only going to adhere to the polyester elements. But we can create a bunch of very unique blends, and our team is out there trying to source different types of fabric and different types of blends that will take well to the sublimation ink. And so this piece is super soft. You have the sublimation printing that goes all the way to the edges, and the crossovers look super nice on this. And so you really cannot tell, whether or not this has been done on a cotton garment or if it's polyester. This is a one-piece bathing suit that's pretty cool. There's a pizza design on it. These are some biker shorts that have like a top flap that flips over, and then you could do a design on the inside. So there's also plenty of different styles of jerseys. And then we get into some of the bird's eye, that's basically like the little holes that makes it look more of like a jersey, all the way through to some really unique fleece items. This one even zips all the way up. Here's another pullover style. What we love about sublimation and the process, we can even go as far as if you find something, if you can order one piece, then we can then deconstruct it, get the pattern from it, layer on top the garment, on top the ink, and then create a really, really nice, unique cut and sewn piece, where as well the beauty of sublimation is you can't feel the ink at all. There's absolutely no hand when doing sublimation. Now, we couldn't do a piece about sublimation without talking about my favorite bomber jacket. What I have on here, of course that fits me perfectly, is a completely cut and sewn, as we talked about, bomber. It's really nicely constructed. We got a YKK zipper on it, and just kind of envision that your graphics could be across the entire piece, including the cuffs as well. So we're actually doing the sublimation on the cuffs. Fits really well, a really nice modern fit. We've got pockets on both sides, so we couldn't actually do a sublimation piece without talking about my favorite piece, the bomber.